doing the doggone thing today. I also wear glasses. These are the glasses for today. When I start doing all this and doing all that, you know, doggone well Angie about to cut up or tell you like it is. Because I try to keep it real 100 when I get this advice, okay? And so go get your drink of choice, go get your snack of choice, and come back and come sit and listen to Angie. Text, email, call, stick a letter in a bottle, baby, and let everybody know Angie is on the line. And so let's get right on into it. Okay, so it's been all over the internet about what Tyler Perry said about women need to date men, give them a chance. If all they can do is pay a light bill and take you out every now and then, it's okay. It's all right. Is what he said. Now, for those of you all that do not know Tyler Perry, and I really don't know who don't know Tyler Perry, but Tyler Perry is very known for his plays about Medea. He also is a producer. He's a writer for television programs. He has sisters among a whole lot of other television programs. He was on OWN with Oprah Winfrey. So he is, honey, a billionaire. And he came on the line and told women, hey, you better accept the men that can't really offer you nothing. So before I really get into it, I'm going to go ahead on and let you listen to Tyler Perry.
So if you can find love, if that man works, at whatever job, and is a good man and is good to you, and honors the house and honors his wife and does what he can, because his gift may not be your gift.
Exactly.
That is okay. That's not somebody who's beneath you.
Yeah.
That's somebody who came to love you at your worth, right?
Yes.
And as long as he's secure in himself to know that, yep, she makes most of the money, all I can pay is the light bill. As long as she's comfortable enough to say, I'm going to cover the mortgage and all the other stuff, you handle the light bill, baby, you can take me to dinner every now and then. That is fine.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah.
But that's...
Okay, so I'm going to keep it real with you. That's all I know how to do over here on this channel, is keep it real. I just feel like, first of all, this topic was very controversial on the internet. You had a lot of men that, of course, are going to agree with Tyler Perry. And then you had a lot of women that was like, who he going to tell us what to do? We're not selling it. We're not doing this. We ain't doing that. He wrong. Who was he to tell us? You had a lot of women that was really up in an uproar about what Tyler Perry said. But for those of you who've been with me on my channel and listened to my advice, I have always said something similar. And what I mean by that is, I really don't think Tyler Perry really meant that all a man has to do is pay for a bill, a comment bill, and take you out every now and then. I don't think he meant that literally. I just think he meant that if they can't bring what they can't bring what you can to the table, and you guys aren't in the same tax bracket, then hey, he can't, but he can do something. That's what I got out of it. But people are so literally these days, so I'm gonna take this man literally. So what I will say is, and everything depends on your age bracket. Now, if you're young and you're in your 20s and this man is not living with you, but he's dating you, and he's paying a comment bill and taking you out every night, girl, you got a good man right there, okay? Because in your 20s, paying a light bill is something significant, and he's not living with you. But I just feel like if a man is coming over to your house and you have your own apartment, He needs to, and he coming over all the time, and he your boyfriend. He needs to be paying some type of bill in your house, and a light bill is a good bill because if he's not living with you, he shouldn't pay your rent or your mortgage. So paying a light bill and taking you out here and there for somebody in their 20s, early 20s or whatever, and it's good. Yeah. Okay, yeah. And he's too young. He's still young, so he might not have it all together. So somebody in their 30s, I'm still not gonna go with that because at the end of the day, you're a young person. You can get a side hustle. You can work an extra job. So you need to be pushing more to the table. Now, somebody in their 40s, 50s, before retirement age, at this point, you should be positioned in your career. You're gonna probably have a home or a condo or and some people still in apartments, and that's okay. But that person is still able to do a hustle. Okay. And so at this point, you grown, you got grown bills and all of the things. And so, man need to be pushing a little bit more to the table other than paying a comment bill and taking you out every so often. Now, that still wouldn't work. That wouldn't ride. And he's saying that if this guy is a good guy and he's doing everything else right, he treating you like a lady and all of the things, I understand that, but and a lot of men get offensive when you say, "Hey, I can be broke by myself." My grandmama told me that. That's how she raised me. I can be broke by myself. So we're going to move on to the women that are retirement age. Well, you established. You got money in the bank. You either in a home or you living comfortable. You're not struggling. And so if you get a man that can't really do much, all of that, but he brings you joy, he brings you happiness, I don't see nothing wrong with it. As long as he's treating you the way he needs to treat you. And you good with it. But now, anybody before retirement age, I'm sorry. You have to bring something to the table. Because it's not going to work. I don't think it's going to work. It's not going to work for long because a woman going to get tired. And I say this all the time. When it come down to the first of the month and you sitting there and you can't bring nothing to the table, and every time y'all go out, she pulling out her credit card, that's not going to work. For those of you that saw the movie Waiting to Exhale, and the lady in that movie was older and the guy was younger. So every time they went out, she pulling her credit card out. And even him being a young man that loved her was feeling a certain way. So when a man really loves you, he want to be able to do more for you. He's not going to feel good about himself. And he will start resenting you because he can't do it. And resenting you because you can. And then you will resent him because you're feeling used. So that's not going to work. Not to say that the guy has to be in your tax bracket. I'm not saying that. I think if you got a good man and he treating you good, he ain't out here being a womanizer. He's giving you what you need, but he don't make as much money as you. But he can push something to the table, and both of y'all pushing something to the table, and you can live a good life. Ain't nothing wrong with that. But you got some women out here that because they so, educated, and they got these degrees behind their names, and that's a beautiful thing. But then you feel like, no, I don't want to date nobody beneath me that don't have as much as I have, and woo, 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 woo. And guess what? Most of y'all is still single. It's still single. And so you have to go back to your requirements And that don't mean that you settling. It just means that you being more realistic. Because everybody can't make a six-figure man that look good, that treat you right, that's faithful and all that. Everybody not gonna meet that. And the men that are that, he might not want you. He might not want you. You might not be, because men like that is looking for a particular type of woman, and that's a trophy wife. And you might not be there. You might not have the looks. You might not be you asking for this man, but then you don't make that figure. Then you can't bring nothing to the table that you asking him for. So he's not even looking for you. So yeah, you have to be realistic. You have to go back to what you looking for, and hey, do some tweaks here and do tweaks there. No, he might not be a six-figure man, but guess what? He pushing something to the table, and with both of us, we can live a good life. So it's not all the time about the money. And so I do understand what Tyler Perry is saying. I don't think he meant literally coming to the table and only being able to pay a light bill, because the only person that's going to put up with that is a young woman. She don't have a lot of bills. But a seasoned woman, oh no. Because even if you are that, then you still should have a hustle to make more money. A man that loves you is gonna, he not, over the age of 60, and he's over the age of 60, we're not talking about him because he might not want to, he lived and he might not be able to work two jobs. But anybody other than that should be having a side hustle, should be working two jobs. Period. Doing what you got to do. And when you love a woman, you going to step your game up. Because if a woman letting you sit at home and you paying, she doing all the work, paying all the bills, and you paying a cable, a ComEd bill, and taking her out every now and then, she not finna deal with you like, she gonna get tired. She gonna be very tired of you. And then it's not gonna work out. And then you feeling all tripped out that you can't sometimes pick up the bill. So real men, it's not gonna work most of the time. It's not gonna work. But somebody using a woman, oh yeah, sure, honey. He ain't feeling bad. He making bills, so he don't feel bad about you paying bills. And that's an example for women. If you want to know if somebody just playing you and don't care about you but using you, if he's comfortable living off you paying all the bills, majority of the bills, that's not no real man. And he don't care about you like that. When you have a true connection and somebody is treating you well, and that man might not have what you have, but he can push something to the table and meet you halfway, I think you should go right with it. Because at the end of the day, people say it shouldn't be about money, but as you live, it is a lot about money. But when you have somebody that can meet you halfway, it's okay. It is okay. And so on that note, those are my opinions. I say to everybody, stay in peace and not in pieces. And thank you for watching my channel.